That gator was right over here. Yep, there it is. I did not want to stop, but I need to document this gator. Look at this sucker here, boy. What a man eater. What a man eater. See it right there? Look at the head on that thing. And it's hard to see from this angle, I know it is. But he's 9 foot easy. Easy 9 foot. Easy 9 foot. But I gotta go. Whew. I don't have a white light on the front. Drink some more of this water. You can see him better from here. What an impressive alligator. That is a 9 footer easily. So, God dog, man. That's a 9 footer easily. But I gotta go because they got some little kid driving this golf cart and I really don't want to be around him right now. I just would rather not be. Had I known they were still riding, I would not have stopped. But I thought I left them back there a good piece, but come to find out I didn't. So right now I'm in Chalmette, and this is a beautiful shot of the marsh over this little levee. But this little trail is only 8 miles long. Sorry y'all missed that 9 foot gator that I stopped to show you. But you can watch the live stream when I'm done. What's up, the Glitcher? Hello, Ashley. And hello to everybody that's on this live stream. So I saw 4 gators just this afternoon, well, this evening, excuse me. I saw 4 gators, and the last one was the biggest out of all 4. We had a 3 footer, a 5 footer, and about a 7 footer. But that one, that was a 9 footer. These lilies right here, they're an invasive situation. Somebody brought them from Florida, and they have clogged most of the waterways down in South Louisiana. I don't know about where you may live at, but somebody thought it'd be a great idea to bring them, and that kind of happened like that. So that's where we at. What the heck was I thinking? What the heck was I thinking? I don't know. Maybe I wasn't thinking. So just to let you know, when your eyes are fixed, hey, what's up, Social Chaos? When your eyes are fixated on something, you won't necessarily see everything that's there. I should just go this way to get home. This is Judge Perez. But I don't know if y'all ever heard of the War of 1812, but the War of 1812 was fought less than 2 miles, or less than a mile really, from where I'm at right here. It was fought closer to the Mississippi River, which is only maybe a mile in the direction that you're looking. So that was the War of 1812. Andrew Jackson of the United States, right? You had All right, so a little history lesson. July 4th, 1776, all right, enough said. Then you had the War of 1812, and that was known by another name called the Battle of New Orleans. And Andrew Jackson led one of the armies. General Edward Packenham of Great Britain led another army, and it had a lot of other key players involved with the Battle of New Orleans. But the Battle of New Orleans was fought not even a mile from where we're at, and a lot of carnage ensued. But also, you had a very famous, nefarious individual, Jean Lafitte. He was a pirate. He was an entrepreneur. He was a businessman. He was a nefarious individual, like most people are today, you know. And so he also was a strategic reason as to why the Battle of New Orleans was won. So he would probably get a pardon today, you know. But man, it is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So there's this internet video of these guys riding, and there's a gate. And there's this gate, and they hit the gate, bam. And everybody's looking at the video like, you know what I mean? How would you do that? Well, I just slowed down, so I didn't hit that gate. I wasn't looking at the yellow, I was looking through the gate. Because I was distracted by the guy on the four-wheeler, the little kid that can't be more than 10 years old, that's driving a side-by-side, and he has his, I guess, mom's sister, baby brother, and another brother on it. And I just thought that was so amazing. No helmets, no seat belts, you know, it's like super dangerous. All right, let's crank a little bit. Let's do it. So night is gonna catch me today. By the way, I'm starving. All I had today was, if you know the size of a russet potato, I had the equivalent of 2 russet potatoes. That's it. And I walked 10 miles to pick my bike up from the bike shop, Boca Bikes. And now I've cycled a few miles, so I think I did at least 10. Let me check my Strava right quick. Strava don't tell no lie. Oh man, that's good. I did 22 miles so far, so I'm good on my daily quota of 20 miles per day. But I was supporting Grandma Teresa on her live stream, and y'all check out Grandma Teresa Gilmore. She does all kind of cooking videos, and she specializes in seniors who are living on a fixed income. All right, let's crank, man. Just trying to make these knees move. All right now. That's a red belly whistler too. I know you can't see him, but he was right by that metal fence. I never heard him make that noise before. Hello, how's it going? Hi. It'll get better on the way we're home. This tailwind was nice compared to the headwind. But this is the new Peugeot. Whoo, this thing is so beautiful, man. This is a beautiful bike. It's new to me, it ain't new. It's probably from the early 80s. And it is a beauty. It was all polished up and shining and all that good stuff there. Not no more. Now you might not be able to see it, but up ahead, that's where we're going. Man, you got to be careful on these rocks, these limestones. You can pop a tire. You can also splish splash. Very easy. These bikes are not made to be riding on limestone. But it's felt like Crash Bandicoot. But anyway, there's a bridge. There's a bridge I think it's crazy that you could even ride through this little structure. In most places, these pumps would be off limits to the public as far as access. They got a nice little fishing pier over there. Woo-hoo. Hey, a portalet. That is the Ritz-Carlton out here. All right, so now we're about maybe a mile from the end. So we're gonna try to do some cranking, huh? Thank y'all for hopping on this live. And thank y'all for supporting the channel. We're also on TikTok. I'm really not happy with TikTok at the moment because TikTok hates when I'm on my bicycle and using their app. Woo! See these little mutts? Thanks, man.
And you are chosen.
All right, so TikTok doesn't want me on my bicycle because they say I'm setting a bad example for y'all. And I understand that. I mean, I am riding with no hands. I am doing at least 15 or 16 miles an hour on a pretty cool old bike. And that could be a lot. That could be a lot for people to see. It can influence them, you know? It can influence them, you know? So that's where we at. But anyway, I got on today. I was walking because I had to walk 10 miles to my bicycle shop, Boca, which is right here in Bywater, the 9th Ward, in the city of New Orleans. So I was picking this baby up from getting a tune-up. And then, so anyway, while I was walking, I went on live on TikTok. And they got this little group of kids. If you look at my TikTok, I have a video where they're jumping a ramp for me. I call them the biker boys, you know? So it's a group of kids. One of them is a dirt race rider. He BMX race, you know? The rest of them just neighborhood. You know, biker boys, how we were coming up. So TikTok suspended they restricted my live feed because now they want to know my age. So I type in my age. I'd send them a picture of my driver's license front and back. And then they're like, we're going to give you this code. Take a picture of your driver's license and this code that we give you and send it to us. Well, I'm on a bike. I don't have a pen or paper. I don't have any of that. So I'm gonna do that when I get home, but they could be very ridiculous with their nonsense. And that is the one Achilles heel of TikTok. They're very ridiculous with their nonsense. I made a comment once. I told somebody with the laughing emoji, I was like, you are so silly. And they restricted my comment, so I had to appeal it. And then they reinstated it, you know, but TikTok finds me riding a bicycle dangerous. So every time I ride a bicycle, I had to figure it out though, because they don't tell you directly, you know, hey, don't ride a bicycle. They give you this moratorium of things that could potentially be wrong. So you have to figure out, and if you're not the brightest nail in the pack, like I am not, then you got to figure that out through trial and error. All right, so now I know. So I said, well, I'm gonna walk to the bicycle shop 10 miles away. I'm gonna catch the ferry at the 5 mile mark or 4 mile mark, you know? And they still, so when they saw the young biker boys, then they just shut my live down. So I was like, okay, point taken, duly noted. So that's where we at, but that's over with now. So Jung, they're very annoying. They're very annoying. But you know, I'm really appreciative for YouTube. I do enjoy TikTok because it's a different audience in some cases. And my TikTok has blown up. I've been on YouTube since September the 8th of 2024. And my TikTok has, I started TikTok like maybe, I don't know, December, January, maybe, something like that. It was like December or January. And I was able, I actually, it was rough because for a long time I couldn't, for a long time I couldn't do anything on TikTok but just record and upload. And so that's what I did. Now, just to give you a little background, I'm not one of those people who have this biological clock of, you know, I don't put pressure on myself. I record a little bit of my life every day for people that want to see it. That's it. So I'm not worrying about, you know, the other stuff. But, you know, maybe that's my Achilles heel. But with that being said, I started doing really well on TikTok. I think I had 108 supporters, and TikTok told me, hey, you can go live. And I started going live. I was in the city of New Orleans. I was riding my bike around New Orleans, telling people all about New Orleans and different landmarks and things like that. And within 1 week's time, I went from 100 followers on TikTok to like 1,000, 1,100, something very ridiculously fast. And but a lot of the people that was liking my TikToks, my lives, there were people that liked seeing me ride around the city. So, you know. So I thought that was very providential until TikTok started restricting me and shutting down my live streams when I cycle. So I was like, through a product of getting suspended and shut down, it was like, oh, they have a problem with me on the bike. One day I had rode the bike and I wasn't even currently riding. I was off the bike talking, showing people the skyline in New Orleans, and it just shut my feed down just like that. So those things happen, you know. But anyway, enough of TikTok and all of their rules. It's a beautiful evening in the city. We're down in Chalmette. I can show you some McDonald's. I haven't eaten McDonald's in probably 10 months. When I broke my collarbone, I had stopped eating fast food. And I lost like crazy weight just from not eating fast food. Then I started eating fast food and gained it all back. But it's been about 10 months since I had McDonald's. And I miss it sometimes, I really do. My diet is not good, so I'm not trying to promote a healthy diet at all. I ride my bike a minimum of 20 miles every day, and I've been doing that since October 4th. And since October 4th, I have over 8,000 miles via cycling. So today, so right now I'm probably 10 miles from home. $10 miles from home or so. I don't know what a bike lane is on this road, but normally they have a bike lane. So in Louisiana, just so we all on the same page, in Louisiana, in Louisiana, you can ride a bicycle. You can ride a bicycle on the road. The problem is, if there's a designated bike lane, they don't really want you on the road. Oh, I know the problem. I'm on Claiborne. I want to be on St. Claude, so I'm gonna get off of this street here. That's why I'm on the wrong street. I'm like, I know they got a bike lane, but I'm on Claiborne. I don't want to be on Claiborne. Let me check, make sure my light is on too. What's up, man? You good? Yeah, bro. Okay, luego. So this is Jackson Barracks, but I want to be on a different street. I think I'm gonna just take this little street here to. So I want to be on St. Claude, not on Judge Perez. So anyway, I blew up on TikTok, and I was about to take over TikTok before I got hit, kept getting hit with all of these restrictions, you know. So that's kind of where I'm at. So TikTok kind of sent me back to YouTube to lick my wounds, and I'm fine with that too. So I make TikToks, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, on Facebook. Yeah, these are some of the war implements. Different jets, fighter jets from different eras. That looked like the one from Iron Eagle. I don't know if y'all remember that. Iron Eagle. Louis Gossett Jr. I didn't really want to be out this late, but that's the brakes. I don't like this brake handle rattling like that. I had to go back to the shop, see what's up. Yeah, so see, this is the bike lane. So we good right there. And this is the other side of Jackson Barracks. And I guess they named it Jackson Barracks after Andrew Jackson, because it was not that far from where we are that actually behind us behind us a mile or so is where the Battle of New Orleans was fought. Now right now we're in the lower 9th Ward, the lower 9 as some people say, and this whole area hadn't fully recovered since Hurricane Katrina, but some of it has, you know, some of it has. I gotta get this brake handle fixed, because that rattling noise is gonna drive me crazy. It shouldn't be rattling like that. So I'm gonna get into fixed gear bicycles, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna find the one I want, and I'm gonna trick it out. Fixed gear, you don't need brakes, you don't need shifting cables, you don't need none of that stuff. You know, like if you was a little kid riding a Huffy, that's the equivalent of a fixed gear bicycle. I think I might stop and get me a coffee. I really want some volume of coffee, man. Maybe like a 16 ounce or something like that. That sounds really good. A coffee, a Reese's peanut butter cup, a big cup. Man, that sounds great. That's my problem. What's going on, Daniel Jackson? Daniel Jackson, I have no clue where the name Jackson comes from, but Andrew Jackson may be the one that they named the barracks after, because where we were by the barracks, you are not far from the actual location where the Battle of New Orleans was fought, or the War of 1812 as it's commonly referred to. Speaking of which, we have Chalmette National Cemetery, and we also have, hola, we also have the actual battlefield, Chalmette battlefield. And you could actually see the actual battlefield where the War of 1812 was fought. The ramparts are still there, you know. I don't know if they're original or replica, but you can actually see the ramparts. Ooh, big bump, big bump, big bump. Daniel Jackson. So this is the lower 9th Ward. This was a very vibrant, hustling and bustling community. Pre-Hurricane Katrina and post-Katrina. Post-Katrina, you had so many different ethnic groups that lived here. Post-Katrina, it became a real melting pot. And right past the lower 9th Ward is where I came from, Chalmette. And Chalmette is commonly referred to as the parish. What's up with it? I ain't got no light on my front bike. I just got this bike out the shop, and night is gonna catch me like it does us all. St. Claude Avenue Bridge. And there's another bridge parallel with this bridge, and that's called the Claiborne Bridge. But we say Claiborne. Middle space, baby. I'm gonna crank up this bridge with no hands just because I don't want to affect the angle of my camera. And you know what, the legs can handle that abuse. They can handle it. I'm gonna show y'all something pretty cool on the descent. I really want to get some more water. Feeling a little parched. Now, what's interesting about this bridge is you have to, all right, see, that's the Claiborne Bridge right there. Yep, it's a drawbridge, it's older than me. Now, this is where the levee breached for Hurricane Katrina, right over here. They said it breached, but some people think other things happened, like dynamite or something like that. Let me get across this bridge right quick. See, you're supposed to share the lane. You're supposed to share the lane with bikes. So this is 1000% legal. You see right there, the logo? That lets all bikes know they have the authority of the state of Louisiana to ride right there. So in Louisiana, when there is not a designated bike lane, you can ride with traffic. You can ride with traffic. And as you can see, I'm wearing a high vis gloves for a reason. I want to show y'all something, so I'm trying to simmer down. Otherwise, I would have never gave up all of this free momentum and energy. Because when you're going downhill, that's when you get your speed together. Woo! All right, so you see this sign right here? At this house with the light on? Man, that bottle still there? Don't drink that. That ain't iced tea. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That sign say, let me zoom in now. Oh, what's up, Daniel Jackson from Scotland? Pleasure to meet you, bro. It says live Kawan, which is a snapper turtle. And that's the phone number, 504-292-7831. He also has alligator meat. He also has nutria meat. and raccoon meat. So you can hit him up, 504-292-7831. And you can eat some of them delicacies now. I should have waited for that light to turn green before I came down this hill. But, all right, let's see if I could circumvent. See if I can navigate these streets. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad at all. Tell you what, dude, I'm going back. I don't want to ride down here. I'm gonna show y'all my bike shop because it's just right here. Man, I should buy me a Coke, man. Man, a Coke sound good, huh? Let's see. Woo. Y'all hang out for a second. $1.25. $1.25 for a cold drink, man. I feel like Chris Rock, man. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. I know I got $1 in you. There it is. Now watch this machine jack me out my money, man. Watch this machine jack me out my money, man. Man, I don't want no Coke.
Thank you, man.
Get a root beer. Hoo-wee! Can't have the real thing, so you might as well get a root beer. Now, I don't know if y'all know who Badlands Chugs is, but tell you what, boy, this is the best root beer I ever had in my life. This thing got to be 32 degrees. That is ridiculously cold. Man. Wow. I think I have like the incipient stage of brain freeze. All right. So let me show y'all where my bike shop at. All right, all right. All right, so one of these things is not like the other. Oh, that was very easy to navigate. All right, so, hey man, I'm on disability, Daniel, so I live on a fixed income and I live above my means. That's why I have a bike. This is my bike shop right here. Man, it's called Boka, B-O-K-A-H Bikes. Yeah, man, yeah, I'm on a fixed income, bro. But, you know, I just try to keep moving forward as much as I can. I do what I can when I can, you know? And, tell you, man, look, I tell you a funny story. I came over here to get a shrimp taco earlier, and this sucker was packed. I'm talking about packed. Packed. Wasn't getting no shrimp taco earlier, that's for sure, man. They had so many people there. Oh man, it's still open? I'm like, man, that's the thing, man. They got a crazy line, be young. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shut the live down because I'm gonna order over the phone. I just want a taco. But I'm gonna shut the live down. I'm gonna come back on. Y'all hang out just for a second. Bro, Daniel, that's the world we live in, bro. But at the end of the day, you know, it's gonna get better. It ain't always feel like it is, but it's gonna get better. Today is Saturday, they close at 9. Yeah, this little spot right here is it's legit, man. It's legit. And I probably come here once every month. I normally get the oxtails over here, but you know how that go. Let me see, hang on one second. Thanks, Daniel. Hey, I'd like to get a shrimp taco. Y'all got those?
Have what?
Shrimp tacos?
We don't do phone orders, sir. You gotta order online or from the
No, no, no. Look, I'm outside the door. I just don't have a lock for my bike. I'm actually standing.
Yes, we do it.
Huh?
Yes, we do it.
What's that, boo? The shrimp tacos?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Could I get an order? Shrimp tacos?
I just told you we don't do shrimp. We don't do phone orders.
No, no, no. What I'm saying is if you look right out the door, I'm right outside the door. I just don't have a lock on my bike, and I don't want to leave it to go in there with 10 people, 6 people in line. See me right here? Look, I got on green gloves.
All right, I got you. All right.
Thank you,
Wait,
boo.
look up. Bring it to the corner right here.
Come on the corner? Okay.
Yeah, in the driveway. You could come in the driveway with it.
I can put it in the back.
Huh?
I can put it in the back.
Yeah, you could just put it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you,
You
boo.
could put it behind that blue car.
All right. Thank you, boo. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye. How you doing? She told me I could put it back here.